Hi everyone, and welcome back to today's video. So it's that time of the month again, and I'm going to switch out my 5 palettes which I used for February and show you the ones I'm choosing for March. But I'm going to talk about the palettes I chose for February first. Now I chose all these, so I'm going to go through them one by one. Now the first one I chose was the Cream and Sugar from e.l.f., the little bite-sized palette. And to be honest, I went with this about once. I went in with it about once. I use that shade a bit more, sometimes along with the other palettes. But yeah, basically once. I do really like it. It's a really nice palette and it's so travel friendly because it's small and light. Yeah, I do really like it. I just only used it about once. I don't know. The next one was the Iconic London Warm and Blushing. Let's just cover up that mirror. I went in with this about once as well. I did use that dark brown a little more and this peachy orangey shade as well, but mainly just about once with the shimmers. Bit surprised really, because I really do like this palette, but I don't know. When I choose a palette, I do it with a name wheel or whatever you call it, and I've put all the palettes in I've got, well, all the brands first, and then I'll separate it into palettes. It's a bit of a long job, but I do that. And so what comes up, and then during that month you often feel like a different colour story. I don't know, but anyway, I did go in with it about once. I do really like it. So those two are staying in the collection. The next palette is this MUA palette. Now it does have a palette name, I just didn't notice it at the time, and it's called Green Goddess. Let's just get into that. And it looks like this, and I love this palette so much. I really love it. All the shades work beautifully. That one is gorgeous. It's like a grey tone shade. I have done the swatches on a short of all these palettes. These matte shades, there's only 2. I wish there was more mattes in this palette. That's my only gripe about it. But I think you can see. Let's turn the ring light off. You probably see it better. Yeah, you can. And it looks like it's swatched a bit patchy, but it goes on really nice and I really enjoy it. And yeah, all these shades are beautiful. I really love these deep greeny kind of blue, kind of greyish shades. There is a duochrome in here. I think it is this grey colour here. I'm not quite sure. No, that is not the duochrome, but you can see how beautiful that is. It does actually look like it's a duochrome on camera, kind of switching to a pinkish, beigeish colour. I don't know how to describe that. Yeah, you can see the shift coming through. I'm sure you can. I like a pinky colour with a bit of grey. It's really nice on the eyes. Let's see if I can find that other one. I'm pretty sure that is it actually, weirdly. I'm going to swatch that, even though you've got the short to look at. Take a look at the short. I'll swatch all the palettes on there. Yeah, this is beautiful, really beautiful. I've really enjoyed going in with that palette so much. I think I've used in total this palette about 6-7 times. I've really gone in with it, and as you can see, I've made some dents. Only small dents, but made some dents. So I don't want to forget about this palette in my drawer anymore, because it is gorgeous and you can still pick it up, to my knowledge. I will let you know either on screen now or in the description box. but I'm pretty sure you could still pick this up. If not from MUA or the Superdrug website, if you're from the UK, then I'm pretty sure that you could pick it up from eBay. Just be careful with eBay sellers, you know what they're like. Right, the next one I went in with is with this iHeart Revolution Galactic palette. I'm going to see what I can do. Let me just put this over the mirror and then it won't blind you. This is, it's good. I like the shimmer shades. Some of them are not so great, but what I have gone in with today, I've got it on my eyes and I'm really loving this look. Can you pick the purpley colour up on the inner corner? Not quite sure. I went in with this shade here on the crease. I blended it out to get rid of the harsh line on top with that. I also went in with, as she's looking at it back to front, it's not easy, Eclipse on the lid. And then on the inner part of the lid, I went in with that shade there, which is Cosmic Crush. And I'm really loving it. Really loving it. Yeah, I have gone in with this. I've took the thing off. Hang on. I'm blinding you already. I'm sorry. Let's get it right. I have gone in with this palette quite a few times. However, these shades which are marble, although that blue works really nice, can be a bit iffy because they're dry, very dry shades, and so sometimes they don't look so great. You know, they're not a high pigmented shimmer. They're a little bit more of a satinish kind of shade. But most of this palette is just gorgeous. I'm not over keen on that shade there. Seems like a bit of a poop colour. But yeah, I really do enjoy this palette. I've used that one mostly in the matte shade. I really like that. But I thought today I'd give this a go, because I did the other day and I think the eyelids were just having one of them days and I couldn't get anything to work that day. But anyway, yeah, I like this palette. I didn't think I was going to keep it, and it was a gift from Heather, so I didn't really want to get rid of it. But yeah, I love it. I've grown to really enjoy it. The last palette I chose was this Revolution Pro New Neutral Romance palette. Let's get this back and put this on the mirror. And it looks like this. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm really not. I usually like the New Neutral Pro palettes, and I've got a few of them now. I think I'm one short on the collection. It's okay. That shade's really nice. That's got a shift in it. That's like a duochrome. It's like a goldy peachy kind of shade. I will swatch it for you in a moment. Let's see if it picks up. That shade's really nice. I do like some of the shades. So I didn't actually go in with that one. I'm quite surprised. These shades here are a little bit hard to work with, mainly because they are toppers, and they didn't seem to do anything if I tried them as a topper, so they were a bit of a dud. But on the whole, it's okay. I think that was topper as well, but it did actually work really well, more than that one and that one did. But yeah, and I've got a pressed glitter there. Yeah, some of them hard pan. That one's got a bit of hard panning going on. Yeah, it's okay. I'm going to keep it in my collection for now because it's fairly new to me, so I don't really want to get rid of it just yet. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this one. I'm just not. So I'm going to swatch that shade now, called Desire. And I am going to swatch Poetic and show you those two. I'll just swatch them like this and then show you. That one is Poetic. That is a really nice shade. This one is got a shifting. That's what I say for duochrome. I always just call it a shift. There's a lot of going on. And now the sun's come out and made this video washed out. I may have to close the blinds. I'll work with it for the moment. Can you see what I mean by that? I don't think it's really picking up very well on camera, but it is really nice. I really do like peachy shades, especially like that. I will show you them toppers. I'm going to close the blinds. That's better. Right, I'm going to swatch. Let's just wipe my finger a bit more because I've got a bit of a shade going on there. Crush Obsess. Now I'm trying to swatch as much as I can, and that one there is a little bit powdery. Yeah, as you can see, I mean, they look pretty on the swatch, don't get me wrong, they are, but to put them on your eyelids as a top up, they're a bit they get a bit lost. Yeah, they get a bit lost really, and they're nice for a brow bone highlight, and not so much the purpley one. And they are nice for, I've worked with them on the inner corner, inner part of the lid, and they have actually worked pretty well for that because it's a small space to cover. But yeah, not the biggest fan, but I'm going to keep it for now because it's new, and see how I feel in another 12 months about it. So that's the 5 palettes I chose for February. Now I'm going to show you the ones I've chose for this month. And all these. Still 5 palettes. Actually there's 6, and I'll tell you the reason for that. Okay, so the first one I've chosen is Catrice. Suburbia Volume 2 Frosted Taupe. And this is gorgeous. I've used it quite a few times over the period of time I've had it. And it is stunning. It works really well. My only issue is I could have popped in another couple of matte shades, because there's only 2, that one and that one. It needs a few more matte shades, but I've got other palettes I can pick the matte shades out of, and I can't speak today. So yeah, that's the first palette. I will be doing the swatches of these palettes on a short coming up in the next few days-ish or so. So you'll be able to see them. And alongside that, I just want to bring in this Catrice palette, which is the Blazing Bronze palette, because I haven't used it a lot and I want to get more usage out of it. I'm thinking I'll pair it with that one because there is a few plummy shades and things. So I'm going to bring this one in, and that is a highlighter and it's beautiful. Let me swatch that. That is such a gorgeous highlighter. It's not over blinding, but it's nice if you just want something a bit subtle, which is not what I've got today because I went a bit ham with Sofa Super Spice range highlighter, which you can't see because we've got a light throwing it off. Actually, I think the camera threw off just as I did that. I went a bit nuts. Never mind. So yeah, it's not overly blinding, but it is a really nice subtle one. So I'm pairing them 2 together. Now I'm going to just rub these swatches off. The next palette I've chosen to go in with is this Naturals Smoky palette by Lacura, which is an Aldi brand. And let me just pop this here. And it looks like this. Now the reason I've chosen it is, one, I've enjoyed using the smoky grey kind of shades a lot, and also I just wanted to use it more because I haven't used it that much since I've had it. I think I've had it 3 years, so I want to give it more of a go. So that's why this palette is in here. There are also in the Galactic palette, just to go over that, there are duochromes in there as well, and they are gorgeous. So yeah, so I'm going to be using that one. The next palette I am going to use is from the company Romance Beauty, and it's the one I used on my everyday summertime look, which is in the amongst all my videos from last July, I think. And it looks like this. Now this gives me Fenty vibes every time, because some of their palettes have their pans in that kind of direction, and that's all it is. I'm going to be using that as well, so we'll see how that goes. I do enjoy this palette. It is really nice. I think 4 mats is okay for a palette of this size, but I think I would have liked 1 or 2 more, to be honest. I tend to like palettes which are a bit more matte heavy than shimmer heavy these days. The next one the wheel chose was the JS palette, the Androgyny palette. And I'm sure it's got a mirror. I'm going to just pull that back there like that. And it looks like that. Now I know that blue shade and that blue shade is very patchy. I'm going to give it a good go, but yeah, I just need to use it more, because since I've had it I've not really used it enough. Now that gold shade's a bit iffy, but I'm going to give it a good go and see how I can get on with it. Do love that one. Them shades are a bit surprising. That one looks like it's a shimmer and then it just goes on like a matte. No idea why. And that one doesn't look as mauvey on the eye as it looks in the pan. But anyway, this is the palette I'm going to be going in with. So we'll give it a good go. My goodness, that palette is solid. And the last one is the Mirage palette from Profusion. Hang on, let's get this thing off there. And it looks like this. This is stunning. I've not had this palette long in my collection, and I've gone in a few times with various shades, as you can see. But, oh, this is beautiful. Honestly, it's so nice. So I want to get more usage out of it, and it has got some pressed glitters. There's 3 that I can see. And yeah, I just really like it, so I want to give it more love. So yeah, I'm going in with that one. I will pop that sheet on it in a moment. The only reason I'm keeping that sheet is because it's got all the names of the shades up. So that is the palettes I've chosen for March, so we'll see how it goes. At the minute it's going pretty well. Okay everyone, I'm going to go. I will see you again on another video soon. There is a little rant video going up soon. I don't think it's up yet. I'm pretty sure it's not. Just, you know, sometimes you need to get something off your chest. So that's me just doing that. I'm not blaming any of you. It's just me ranting for a bit. So, yeah, that's coming soon. Anyway, so if I bother to put it up, I'm not sure about it. I'm really not. Anyway, okay, I'm going to go. Please do all that lovely stuff, like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you again next time. Take care everyone. Goodbye.